where we explore the and intersection between your humanity and your divinity, all about health, wellness, and spirituality. So, welcome. Hello, 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 Mosaic Souls. Hey, Mosaic Souls, this is Rachael Alexander, artist and Mosaic Soul mentor, aka spiritual teacher and transformational coach with flair. And today I wanted to talk about how to discover your true self. I'm super excited to talk about this topic as I've been doing just a lot of work with myself and with other people, and it's just been really transformational, not only in my own life, but in the lives of other people. And I just want to share with you this content. But a couple of house rules first, if you are joining me live or if you are watching the replay. If you are interested in well, hold on. The whole point of the Divine Daily Coaching sessions that I've been hosting for this whole month of December is to help propel you and accelerate you into creating more of the life that your heart truly desires. And that is my intention with these live sessions, and also to equip you with the tools and some techniques to help you get out of stuckness and overwhelm and start to actually see and create momentum and see results in your life. But also to give you a taste of what it's like to actually work with a coach. And if you are looking to really create lasting transformation in your life, I definitely want to encourage you to take me up on my complimentary free gift giving divine coaching sessions that I've been hosting all this month. And it is the first link in the description box below. And I also wanted to tell you another thing is that I wanted to gift a few people the what I call my alignment map soul alignment readings. So these readings are basically where we get clear on what I'm going to share with you in this video. And so if you're interested in that, definitely still check out the first link in the description box below. If you're looking to actually have that accountability, that sounding board, but not even that, just having an actual process and a system to actually go from where you are to where you want to be in your life and get clarity on your life purpose, get clarity on, the healthy lifestyle and tools that you need in order to thrive, then check out the second link in the description box below to work with me further. Okay, so now that the house rules are out of the way, I wanted to chat about how to discover your true self, right? And why this topic is super important. So first I want to talk about, how do I want to break this down? Or do you want to talk about why it's important? Okay, so first let me talk about what the true self is and what I mean by that in this video, because I often use this word interchangeably with two different definitions. And so I'm going to define that, and then afterwards I'm going to talk about why it's important, and then I'm going to talk about how. So I always like to have like the what, the why, the how. Okay, so what is the true self as I'm referring to it in this video? A lot of times I'll talk about discover your divinity, align with your true self and stuff like that. And in this video, I'm really talking about how your divinity commingles and intersects into your human form, and it's such that you live in alignment and on purpose in your life, right? So I'm not talking about discovering your divinity such that you are just sort of airy-fairy and always in your mind or always like not grounded in your human form. But when I'm talking about your true self, I'm talking about discovering who you are at soul level as you have incarnated into this human form, right? And all the different blueprints that comes with, and how that is manifesting in your life and how you can better align with your soul such that you can create the life that you truly desire and that's in alignment with your heart and soul. If you're joining me live, feel free to say hi. And then, so that's what the true self is. That's what I'm referring to as the true self. The true self in this sense, I'm talking about how your divinity connects with your humanity. And when I'm talking about your divinity, I mean your unique soul blueprint, your unique soul and all the different qualities and essence of your soul and how that is manifesting into your human form. Hello, welcome back, Ms. Cherokee. Nice to see you again. So that is what I'm talking about with the true self, right? So that's what the true self is. So that's the what. Let's talk about the why. Why is it even important to discover who you truly are, right? Your true self, as I sort of defined it just now, right? Why is that important? Well, for many of us, we're living in a time right now, especially on the planet right now, it's super important to align with your true self, because the more you do this work that I'm going to share with you, is the more that we all collectively start to tune in and tap into not only who we truly are, but we elevate the consciousness of the planet. But on a like human sort of intrinsic level, it really like makes your life so much better, right? So instead of feeling like you're at effect and you're a victim, or like life isn't going your way, discovering your true self and embodying your true self really starts to, life becomes more playful, it becomes more joyful. Your desires unfold with more effortlessness, right? So it's not as hard to allow what you desire in. And you're more in alignment with your own inner blueprint, and you're not feeling out of alignment, living someone else's life or being someone that you're not, right? So that's really why it's important. It's because it gives you this sense of fulfillment. It gives you this sense of purpose, of meaning, and it helps also on a collective level, helps raise the level of consciousness on the planet, such that, you know, all this sort of craziness that's going on, which is really a sort of an effect of many people not discovering and living in alignment with who they truly are. That's why, you know, this is sort of happening. So if you're joining me live, feel free to say hi. I see some folks in the chat. So that is why it's important, right? So I talked about the what, which is your true self, and then I just broke down why it's important. Now I want to talk about how to actually start to discover your true self, right? And these are the components that I really am excited to like work with clients and move forward in, because most of the time I've actually been doing a lot of health coaching, but I think I'm going to start shifting into more spirituality and health, spirituality and like life purpose discovery. And so if you're interested in that, stay tuned, because I want to invite you to a free soul alignment reading. If you're interested in that, I'm going to be gifting a few folks some of those this December. Okay, so how do you discover? I'm looking down because I wrote down in my notes. So the first thing that I really am finding out is when you're discovering who you truly are, it's really discovering your own unique soul blueprint. And you heard me talk about this a little bit in some of my other videos. And some of that, you can use many different modalities to sort of discover this next piece. But like your divine gifts is the first step into discovering your true self, right? Discovering what your unique soul gifts are, and what your unique gifts are in this lifetime, and as they're manifesting in this lifetime, is like the first piece, right? And discovering like your own unique blueprint, you can use, and I talked about this, like utilizing astrology and utilizing numerology and stuff like that. I didn't realize how far from our humanity we fell until the great toilet paper scare of 2020, as it too took precedence over food and water, right? Talk about massive, that is too funny. Talk about mass hysteria and what do you call that? Subconscious manipulation, mind control. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was definitely some straight up mind control right there. But anyways, so the first step in discovering your true self is discovering what your divine gifts are, right? And then the second piece is really sort of discovering what your unique soul blueprint is, right? And like how you've come to manifest in this world, right? And what I talk about with as far as like your soul blueprint, what it entails, for me, it entails your strengths, right? What your strengths are, what your natural proclivities are, what you're naturally good at, right? What you have a natural knack at, right? Your strengths and skills and talents, right? And then your obstacles, right? Your challenges, your sort of setbacks, or what is another word? Your obstacles, your challenges, or your setbacks. That's like the second, underneath. So you have your strengths, your challenges and obstacles, and then you have your desires, right? What are your what are your desires for this lifetime? And then really aligning and seeing if your desires are yours, or if your desires were passed down from your own family or from society, and right, like really getting clear on what your soul desires are, not like what per se your not egoic. There's nothing wrong with ego desires. What I'm talking about is more so desires that aren't like in alignment with who you truly are, right? When you're like, when your mom has programmed you since you're little that you're going to be a doctor, but you've actually always had a natural proclivity for the arts, right? Or you're expressing yourself, or writing or singing or communicating or whatever, right? So not other people's agendas, but your true desires, right? And that's another piece of it. And then discovering what your values are, right? So desires and values are different in that your desires are sort of like the heart and like the essence of like the things that you want to see manifested into your human reality, whereas your values are sort of like your core standards, right? What you will and will not accept in this lifetime, right? Like we all have standards and we're all committed to things that we don't know that we're committed to, but discovering like what you truly value, like whether love is really something that you value, or compassion, or self-control, or whatever, discovering like what your true values are and why those are important. And then after you've discovered those pieces of it, then it's about creating like an action plan around that. And what I normally do also is adding the accountability piece to it, right? So most of us, we learn from our parents and we learn from other people and society and stuff like that on how to go about living our lives. Like we model our parents, right? And we learn from each other, right? From different mentors and different teachers and stuff like that, right? But none of us are actually given the blueprint on how to actually embody and be who you truly came to be on the planet. We're kind of shoved into a system that says, fall in line, learn these subjects, right? Don't ignore your passions, right? Ignore what you're here to do and figure out what you're here to do in the last like 4 years of high school or whatever, and then try to make something of it while you're in college per se. Like this is the blueprint, right? But no one ever does like the deep inner work, right? And that's why so many people are so freaking lost in jobs that they hate, or living a life that doesn't feel in alignment with who they truly are, because we're not doing this inner work. And this inner work, I feel like, should be in every school. Every preschool, we should all be learning how to discover who we truly are and why we came. I remember studying, reading this book from, I can't remember his name, but I think it's Of Water and the Spirit is the name of the book. And he was talking about his own journey in West Africa, where he was from, and his tribe, and like in his tribe, like the children in the womb would come, and like the elders would like speak to the mother's womb and try to understand what the child came here for, and then they would name the child based upon their purpose, right? And I was like, that is amazing. You know what I mean? Like this tribe in West Africa, like that's how it should be done. Like we come here specifically for some damn reasons, right? But for some reason in our society, it's so ass backwards that most of us don't start to wake up into our purpose until our late 40s and 50s and 60s, when we finally start to retire or whatever, because we aren't. Right. That was so cool, right? And I love like reading that. That's definitely a really good book to check out, Of Water and the Spirit. I can't remember the author's name, but check him out. But that's really the blueprint, right? So that's really the blueprint into discovering who you truly are. So I'll just do a really quick recap and then open the floor for any questions. And also I wanted to invite you to something. So the first step in discovering who you truly are is discovering what your divine gifts are, right? What are your natural soul gifts and talents and stuff like that. And that manifests in a few different ways. And I'm going to be offering some soul realignment readings on that. So stay tuned if you want to hear more about that. And then the second piece, which has all these other pieces under it, is what I call discovering your soul blueprint, right? So discovering your soul gifts and then discovering your soul blueprint. And under your soul blueprint, we talk about your strengths, your obstacles and challenges and weaknesses, aka your weaknesses, your desires, right? Your values, and then really discovering like what action steps and how that manifests into your life, right? So discovering your true self is sort of like discovering your life purpose. But most of the time when we think of purpose, we think of career, and that's not what I'm talking about. Your purpose is sort of like a living, breathing mechanism of the state of being and energy that you are here to emanate, right? And that can manifest in many different ways. But doing this sort of inner work helps you to find you know, like what the essence of your blueprint and purpose is, such that you can figure out what I like to call your vehicles of expression. So your vehicles of expression are the ways that your purpose can manifest in your life, right? What careers do you want to be in? Like what kind of work, what kind of family do you want to have? What kind of relationships are important to you? These are things that we don't discover, right? Like there's this sort of set blueprint on the planet, right? Where like you're supposed to, you know, go to school, go to high school, college, then, you know, get a job, get married, have kids, right? And that's sort of like the set blueprint. But there's I mean, literally there's billions of us on the planet, right? And there's like some of us didn't come here for that blueprint, right? Like some of us came to be single for majority of our lives. Some people came to be single parents, or some people came to, you know, be in community with other people. And some people, you know, as far as like relationships and how the whole relationship dynamic goes, right? Some people came here to be healers. Some people came to be, you know, teachers, or, you know, I mean, like we all have different things that our natural proclivities are. And I feel like once we start to tap back into our true selves, we'll start rewriting our society and letting go of this sort of old dogmatic. There's nothing wrong with that blueprint if that's like what you came here for, but for that to be like the mass blueprint and like saying that there's no other way to live on the planet is like ridiculous, right? Like like this is the 21st century and we're acting like, you know, we're still in the 1950s. So it's like there's different blueprints and people came here for different reasons. You know, some people came to have children, some people didn't come here to have children. Some people came to be teachers, people came to be healers, some people came to be, you know, nurturers and community activists and different things, right? But if you don't know who you truly are at soul level, how could you even know what that is going to look like? You know what I mean? And so that's what really, hello, Miss, is it Mr. or Miss Theody Brown? Hey, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm gonna, before I open up the chat, I want to invite you, if you are interested in getting a soul blueprint reading or a soul realignment reading, definitely check out the first link in the description box below. I'm probably gonna gift like 5 people this because I'm super excited to dive into this work. So I've been studying this work and stuff like that, and I want to offer it to people to see if it actually makes a difference in your life. Okay, Miss Cherokee, definitely sign up in the description box below. So all you do is sort of like answer one question, and then you give me in the little questionnaires, like 2 questions, your name, your date of birth, and your place of birth. And so what I'll do is I'll do these readings, and then we'll hop on and actually I'll give the reading to you or whatever. So if you're interested in that, I'm only going to gift like 5 people that. Definitely check out the first link in the description box below. Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I look forward to, I'm interested, Akaya. Okay, nice. Okay, I didn't expect this to be a good enough turnout. Definitely check out the first link in the description box below. I'm only going to be gifting like 5 people this this reading for this month. So it's going to be soul realignment. And so the whole purpose of soul realignment readings is not only to discover your divine gifts, but it's also, I'll be doing like healing work on your like soul Akashic records, really healing work on your soul, basically your soul essence or whatever, and in any sort of like impurities and things that have been happening at that level, such that you can start to be more fully expressed in your divinity while in human form. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely check out the first link in the description box below. Okay, so now that I'm finished chatting, and I hope this has been helpful and enlightening, I would love to open the floor for any questions that you guys have in regards to how to discover your true self, or how that manifests in your own life, or anything that you feel stuck around. I'm going to open the floor for questions. So I'll take a sip of water and be quiet, and let's see if you guys have any questions or comments. And if you're just joining me, I just went through the, 3 different pieces of just how to discover your true self. I broke down the what is the true self? I talked about why it's important, and then I talked about how to discover that. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. If not, I'm gonna hop off and chat with you guys tomorrow. If you're joining me live, feel free to say hi. And if you're also joining me live, I'm also gifting 5 people. Can teenagers do this? What, my soul realignment readings? Yes, you can. Or are you meaning discovering your true self? What do you mean? Yes to both. Yes, you can discuss, and I think the younger the better, because then you'll actually be set, at a young age, having clarity on like who you are at soul level and why you're here and like what you're gonna do in life. So for sure, definitely, definitely. So if you're referring to my soul realignment readings, yes, teenagers can do this. What should be one of the first ways to discover their true self? So definitely Truth Seeker. I kind of broke that down earlier in the chat, so definitely watch the replay. But really quickly, I just talked about discovering your divine gifts and discovering your soul blueprint is basically the way that I talk about it. And there are different modalities that you can that you can use to do that. And the soul gifts are basically what I talked about: your divine gifts and proclivities, natural proclivities, and what you're gifted at. And then your soul blueprint encapsulates your strengths, your obstacles and challenges, your weaknesses, your desires, and your values, right? So that's what I kind of chatted about before. It's Cherokee. I have 4 days off and I'm so excited because I'm getting my strength and clarity back. Yes! Yes! Give yourself some VIP time, right? Like, I love that. Like, give yourself some time to sort of tap in and tune in and connect with your true self. How long did it take you to discover your true self? Girl, I feel like that's a never ending journey. For truth. I don't think you'll ever, like, there's no place where you arrive, but there is a place where you get to where you know, like, what I'm talking about, your divine gifts. Like, I know what my divine gifts are, which is why I do what I do on this channel. And then you also discover, like, what your soul blueprint is and why you're here and your natural proclivities and also the obstacles that you'll face in your meet and challenges. So that doesn't take long as far as like discovering what that is. That can literally take like a day or two if you're working with someone. If not, discovering this on your own, it'll take a little bit. I don't know. It took me a while to get into this because I started studying this stuff like back in my early 20s and stuff like that. And I've been probably self-discovering since I was a little girl, honestly. But like discovering who you truly are, like, is a never-ending journey because you keep evolving and growing into the truth of who you are. But the essence of what I'm talking about is that you have a like soul essence, right? You have a blueprint, and there are certain things that you're here to do, right? Like, and like you can utilize things like astrology and numerology to kind of give you that like blueprint of like how your soul is manifesting into your human form. But I also use another modality called soul realignment. And I'm going to be starting to use that with new clients. So if you're interested in that, check me out at the first link in the description box below. Hope I answered that question. And Camilla. So I hope that was helpful, Camilla. And welcome. I think you're new. I haven't seen you before. Welcome to my channel. Cherokee. And I've been point, shoot, and aiming so helpful. I can always refine as I go, but at least I'm going. Exactly, Miss Cherokee. I wonder if you, this is me doing the accountability piece. I'm curious, did you get a chance to do some applying for some jobs and stuff that you had mentioned last time? I'm curious to see, no pressure, but I'm curious to see if you were able to make some headway on that. But if you guys have any other questions, drop them in the comments below. And I hope that would answer your question as well, Mr. Truth Seeker or Miss Truth Seeker. I don't know what your name is, if you're a girl or a man or a woman. So Mr. or Mrs. He, her, they. If you guys have any other questions, let me know in the comments below. And I'm super excited for those of you who do take me up on the soul realignment female. Okay, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, for sure. Let me know if that answered your question. Laugh out loud. I only signed up so far, but I scheduled time for it this weekend, like you said. Nice. Signed up so far, but I scheduled them. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's it. Like making some headway, putting it in the calendar, and making it a priority. And you know, my whole stance on it, if you're in the energy of practicing what you don't want a lot, sometimes you got to exercise that masculine energy and get into the mode of receiving by practicing a new vibration. You're amazing. No one ever says my name right. Akaya. I signed up too, by the way. Okay, that's what's up. Welcome. I'm so excited. Yay. To do these readings. So this will be fun for me and for you. Hopefully it'll be enlightening and give you some insights into your true selves. And you'll be able to sort of resonate and sort of stand on your own, not sort of, stand on your own 2 feet. Because I remember when I got my soul realignment reading and stuff, it was like I don't like using that phrase. What's another phrase for coming to Jesus moment? It was sort of like that ah kind of moment where you just feel like, oh, of course, this is, for me, it was sort of like an of course, because I've always been doing self-development work, but it was sort of a huge confirmation and all that. Yeah, a light bulb moment. It was definitely like a light bulb moment and a confirmation. But for some people, I've heard it can be like, depending on how aligned or out of alignment you are with your true self, it might resonate or it might not. And so I definitely recommend to understand, like, when I give the readings, for those of you who do take me up on this offer, to sit with it if it doesn't resonate. Because sometimes we can be like so out of alignment with our with who we truly are at soul level, because we've been practicing and so indoctrinated into societal rules and ways of being, or into our family or whatever, that sometimes it might not resonate. And so it's, to me, these readings, if you're like really far off a line, like say this is your soul or whatever, and you're like all the way over here, I feel like it's like planting the seed to help you like slowly regain and realign with your whole true self, which is the whole purpose of soul realignment readings. So yeah. So if you guys don't have any other questions, it's been wonderful chatting with you guys, and I'm looking forward to doing the readings with you guys who are signing up for the gifted ones. Welcome to all my newcomers. Theody, True Seeker. Well, True Seeker, I've seen you before. Akaya, Camilla. Welcome, you guys. And I'm gonna hop off if you guys don't have any other questions. That was just the gist of my divine daily coaching for today. If you guys have any questions in regards to your life, then nice, Theody. Have a nice night. Have a nice night, you guys. Okay, so if you guys don't have any other questions, then always flow with what feels good and let go of what doesn't, because you are divine. You are a divine being, and your soul knows exactly what you've come to explore, experience, and traverse. You're so welcome. Have a good night. So vibrate higher, and remember, what you conceive is what you'll receive. What you expect is what you'll get, and however you feel is what will become real for you. So vibrate higher, and I will chat with you guys next time. Peace, love, and light. Bye. Okay, nice. Nice, Miss Chocolatey. Have a nice night. Have a nice night. See you guys later.